Have you ever noticed that sometimes the very thing you've been asking for arrives? And instead of feeling excited, you start to feel overwhelmed. Perhaps it is more visibility or money or clients, support, a healthy relationship, an opportunity you've been waiting for. We often assume that if we desire something, we'll naturally be able to receive it. But what if desire and capacity are two different things? What if the question isn't, can I attract it? But rather, can I hold it? Because the more I study the nervous system and neuroscience, the more I realize that many of us don't have a receiving problem. We have a capacity problem. And it's because the nervous system is always asking, is this safe? Can I trust this experience? Can I hold this? Can I sustain this? And if the answer is uncertain, we often find ourselves pushing away, shrinking from, or sabotaging the very thing we've been praying for. That's what we're talking about today. So grab your journal, grab a cup of tea or coffee or water, and come join me as we learn how to teach the body what the soul already knows. Because this nervous system series is really about one thing: learning how to create the conditions for a life that feels safe to live. Are you ready? Let's begin. Hello, hello, lovelies. Hello, welcome back to the Sovereign Goddess podcast. For those of you who are new to this channel, this is your host, Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. And today we are continuing our journey with our nervous system, opening up, expanding our capacity in different ways. And so we will be exploring receiving, our nervous system and receiving. And this came in because um, a while ago, I joined a program called Infinite Receiving, and it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I believe there's a book out, but the person who taught it is not the one that wrote the book. And it's not the same because the energy she brought was next level. I mean, miracles were happening in this group. And it's all about how she showed up. And the whole infinite receiving us about how we can open ourselves up to receive all the blessings that life and the divine gives us. And it was like opening up this invitation. And I was thinking about that. And because I'm already in the mind frame of neuroscience and the nervous system, it got me thinking because when we were doing a lot of that, like we had mantras, we had affirmations that we got to say, right? My capacity to receive opens up like the universe. It's like something like that, right? And so I'm thinking about it, and I'm smiling, I'm reminiscing, and I realized something. And you've probably realized this, especially in the spiritual community or any of the communities that talk about receiving, open up to receive. We hear that a lot. It's not, like I feel like we get like two groups of people. The ones that take the whatever that is that they learn and they apply it, and it's just like everything changes for them. And then the second group is the ones that take that, apply it, and then it seems like nothing happened. And you can imagine the frustration in that group, right? I'm going to call it group B. You can only imagine the frustration. You're like, I'm doing what group A is doing. I'm doing everything group A is doing, probably even more sometimes, and I'm still not getting anything. And so I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, this was like probably like about a decade ago that I did this. And I was like, if I had the knowledge that I have now about the nervous system, that's something I could have contributed. And group B could have worked on your nervous system, which is like the physical work, right? So when we receive an affirmation or when we're working about the concept of receiving in our lives. We think about mantras and affirmations, and that's all mental, right? Or we think about the feeling of it, like really imagining what you want and feeling it. That's in the emotional body. And then it kind of stops there. But in order for that vision to manifest into the physical reality, it has to drop down in the physical body. And the physical body, when you're manifesting through that, that's through our nervous system. I don't know about you, but it just blows my mind because we've heard the nervous system. But when you bring it down to the practicality of it, you realize that the nervous system is the earth upon which we build, we create, we birth things into form. Without our nervous system being online or on board with what it is that we want to birth, it's not going to happen. And so group B, as much as they were doing the mantras and doing the affirmations and feeling what they really wanted, your nervous system didn't feel like that was safe. Their nervous system felt like something like that was so out of the norm that it was more of a threat. And so I want to talk about it. We're bringing it to our nervous system because hopefully by now you're understanding that we need our nervous systems on board. And in order to rewire our nervous system, it takes time and patience, awareness, understanding, right? It's a journey because we're not talking about rewiring your mind or rewiring your emotions, which they're more in the etheric realm. We're talking about your physical network. That takes time. That's a process. And as you're following this series, I hope you're seeing the process, you're experiencing that process in your own life. I've been repeating this over and over, and I'm going to keep repeating it. The nervous system loves repetition. The more you repeat something, the more comfortable the nervous system becomes with it. And then that turns into, oh, that feels safe. That is certain. That is something that I can trust. I know it's going to happen, right? The more you do it, the more the nervous system is like, okay, we got this. So let's say you want to have, let's say you want to be a millionaire. That's just an example. You want to be a millionaire, but you have no concept of what even having $1 million revenue would look like. What have you even written it down? How many zeros are in there? Like you have no concept of, like there's no proof around you of anyone who makes this amount of money. So when you say that, your nervous system automatically goes, I don't know anything about this. This is not safe. Let's just stay right here. Let's just stay right here. Like this, we know. What are you talking about? $1 million. I don't know about that. How are we going to get there? I don't know. We're just going to stay here. So think in your life right now, something that you've tried all the techniques, like ask and it shall be given, like all the techniques out there. And it seems like it's not happening. You're one of those people that your nervous system needs proof. It's a more nervous system thing than the mind or the heart or even the spirit. Because remember, our spirit already knows. That's why when we want to connect to that vision, we can see ourselves, we can experience it, we can feel it, right? But when it comes down to manifesting, that's where it stops. That's where the nervous system comes in. Receiving is a nervous system experience. It's not a mindset experience. It's not a manifestation technique. It's about receiving is a nervous system event. Because every time something enters your life, your nervous system asks these questions. Is this safe? Can I trust this? Can I sustain this? And can I hold this? So why is it that more or expansion feels unsafe with our nervous system? People often think they fear failure, but I believe that many people actually fear expansion because expansion brings more visibility, more responsibility, more change, more uncertainty. And uncertainty can feel threatening to a nervous system that has learned safety through control. Familiar often feels safer than better. This is something that you've heard me talk about in terms of the nervous system. Think about this. When your nervous system is unfamiliar about, let's say, a relationship dynamic, you get into a relationship with someone and it's totally opposite everything you've ever known and experienced, whether that's a good thing or bad, right? If your nervous system is not familiar with that dynamic, this is where, like we push away love, we sabotage the relationship, we, like with other things, like we avoid being seen when it comes to visibility, we struggle with receiving support, right? Because all of that, we're not familiar, our nervous system is not familiar with that. And it experiences these new experiences as uncertainty, which feels unsafe. The nervous system has more experience with the familiar than with the desired. So, teaching point three, familiar often feels safer than better. All right, teaching point four, capacity is the missing piece, right? Receiving isn't about getting more, it's about increasing your capacity so that you can actually hold what is coming. And that capacity is our nervous system. It's about, can your body hold more joy, more love, more attention, more money, more support without contracting, without giving it away, without sabotaging it, right? That's what really capacity is. It's like, do I have the container to hold it? The container is your nervous system. Am I able to hold what it is that I'm calling in, right? Think about it. The things that you really want to experience in your life. If you haven't asked yourself this question, ask this. Do I have the ability to hold this experience or reality in my life right now? Do I have the ability to hold it? Is my nervous system able to hold this vision at this time? And stay with me. At the end, I'll walk you through something to kind of get the work started. So maybe the goal isn't about attracting more. Okay. Maybe the goal is about becoming safe enough to receive more. Your nervous system, the vision, the experience, whatever it is that you're trying to call in, has to feel safe to the nervous system. And how does that happen? Repetition. You move through that uncertainty and you reach into a point, like the more you repeat it, you get to a point where the nervous system says, oh, it just moved from uncertainty to certain because I know what's coming up. We've been doing it so many times that I know this now. And when the nervous system reaches there, it begins to feel safe with that process. At the beginning, it'll feel choppy. At the beginning, it will be like, oh my God, why do I have to do this? And most people do this unconsciously. There's so many cases where, for example, a client will, asking for their perfect partner, beloved, and then they meet that partner. And because it is so different, they sabotage it, come up with excuses about why it's not, or, like you name it. And you've probably witnessed this or went through this with someone because your nervous system says that is not safe. This is what we know. That is what is safe. And perhaps whatever that is might not be a good experience, right? But because you lived it continuously, it's become your safe. So this whole process first is identifying, being aware of where are you right now? What is that safe zone that your nervous system is living in right now? Is it far away from where you want to be? And then find out, how do you make that journey from there to that new reality? You identify, you already know that new reality. How do you make that journey from what no longer works for you, but has been programmed within your nervous system, to the new reality that serves you? Immediately when I said that, something came. It was like, trust in your body, trust in the process of your body. trust in your nervous system, giving your nervous system what it is. Like, I guess that trusting the body, trusting your nervous system is being in communion with your own self, having conversations with your nervous system, observing how your nervous system acts when you're experiencing this new experience. Does it contract? Does it get scared? Does it get anxious? Like, how do you feel when you're experiencing the new experience? You have to be present with yourself. You have to see what is happening in order to know what you need to do to change it. And again, to move the uncertain to certain, or the uncertainty to certainty, is through repetition. When the nervous system knows something or becomes familiar with something, it creates safety around it. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible because it all comes down to that. What does my nervous system feel about what it is that I'm calling in? So yes, we can, before you even go to the affirmations or the mantras or the feeling and the vision boards, check in with your nervous system first. Hey, this is what I want to call into my life right now. This is my dream. This is my soul dream. How do you feel about it? And really grasp the truth of it. It might not be what you want to hear, but it is the truth, and you can work with the truth. That's information. You can work with the truth. So when you think about that goal, when you think about that vision, when you think about that dream, what does your body give you? Does it contract or does it expand? If it expands or you feel that lightness around it, you know your nervous system is ready. Then you can move on to the vision boards and the affirmations and the mantras and all of that. Then the earth is fertile for your seeds. Then, for you to grow or build that vision upon. But you have to check in with your nervous system first. I just want to run through the different points real quick. I feel like I just kind of ran through it really quickly. So, teaching point one, receiving is a nervous system experience. Okay. Receiving is not about a mindset or a meditation technique, it's a nervous system event. Okay, we need to check in with that capacity. Nervous system equals capacity. Okay, how much can I hold? Would I be able to sustain this vision? Teaching point two, why more can feel unsafe? Because it's uncertainty. And again, if you don't have the capacity to receive that or sustain it, then your nervous system is going to be like, sorry, buddy, let's just go back, right, to what we know. More expansion brings more of something, and that can feel scary for the nervous system. Teaching point three, familiar often feels safer than better. And if something doesn't feel familiar to the nervous system, it sabotages, it pushes it away, it procrastinates about it, right? There's excuses that happen so that it doesn't happen because your nervous system feels safe with where you are right now and familiar with where you are right now. Teaching point four, capacity is the missing piece. Receiving is about increasing your capacity. And that just simply means is your body or is your nervous system able to hold that vision, that joy, that love, that experience that you're trying to bring in? And those are all, like, I'm all for having a conversation with your nervous system. And your nervous system communicates with the body itself because it's within the body. It's the wisdom within the body. When you imagine whatever it is you want to bring into your life, when you think about it, when you feel it, what is the reaction your body gives you? That's the information. That's the information that you need. That's what you can work with. The goal isn't about attracting more. I believe that the goal is becoming safe enough to receive more. Okay. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into, there we go. My screen got all blurry. Okay, so let's go ahead. I want to walk you through that activation. And as I'm doing that, I want you to bring into your heart or mind that thing that, or the experience that you would love to have. Whatever it is that you want to manifest, whatever it is that you've been working on, you know you're here to experience. Bring that into your mind's eye and let's work with that. Are you ready? Close your eyes. And take a deep breath in. And out. And take a slow, deep breath in. And again, exhale like a longer exhale out. Let's do this one more time. Slow breath in. And a longer exhale out through your mouth. Our breath, remember, connects us to our nervous system. When we do that, for example, the inhalation and a longer exhalation, we're resetting our nervous system. So now I want you to bring to your mind that thing that you deeply desire. And again, it could be more money, more love, more support, more freedom, more visibility. I want you to see it clearly. Imagine it arriving. Experience it right here as if like you're already living it. And as you're doing that, I want you to notice what happens in your body. And I'm not asking what happens in your mind or your heart. I'm asking what happens in your body. Does your chest soften or tighten? Does your breath deepen or become shallow? Do you feel like your body expands? Or do you feel like your body contracts? Remember, there's no wrong answer here. We're just getting some information that we can work with. Our nervous systems are revealing its relationship to receiving. Now ask yourself, what feels unsafe about receiving this? What feels unsafe about receiving this? Take a deep breath in and pause. Go ahead and listen to what comes through, what your nervous system tells you. Allow the answer to emerge without judgment. And then ask this question, what would help my nervous system feel safer holding this? What would help my nervous system feel safer holding this? Take a deep breath in, receive, and listen. Let the answer come to you once again. Perhaps the reason you haven't been able to hold what you so desire is because your nervous system simply hasn't had enough experiences with it yet. Receiving is not about becoming deserving. Receiving is about becoming available. Available to love, available to support, available to joy, to abundance, to be seen. And that availability grows as the nervous system learns that expansion is safe. One experience at a time. Take a deep breath in here and out. What you are desiring that hasn't come to fruition is because your nervous system just doesn't have enough experience with it yet. And so how do you do that? You start looking for evidence in your life. You ask the universe to send to you evidence of what you're looking for. And last episode, I shared an example with my own. Whatever it is, if you haven't experienced that kind of love or that amount of money yet, ask and look for evidence around you. The universe is abundant in that way. It loves reflecting to us our truth. Because the more we see it, the more we recognize that it is possible, and that registers within our nervous system. And then whatever answers came through the questions, actually take those steps. Go do it. Not just one time. Keep doing it. And remember, at the beginning, it will feel uncomfortable. But move through the uncomfortableness, if that is a word. Move through that and keep doing it. Eventually, you'll get to a place where your nervous system says, oh, I know this. I remember this. Oh, yeah, this is safe. We can do this. You'll be amazed that at least what I've been experiencing is even being aware of these patterns that hold us back. You begin to notice changes within yourself and in your life. And when you ask the question and you get the answer and you actually take the steps over and over, you will notice the shift within yourself, which in turn creates the shifts in your life. Take a deep breath in and out. I invite you to come back and ask these questions over and over, because most likely each time there's going to be a different action that you need to take, something that you need to do to help your nervous system shift and change and rewire itself. Here's the thing. The beauty about this wisdom around our nervous system is that we have the ability to rewire it. And that happens when we know what it is that we're working with. So the awareness comes in, the understanding comes in, and then we take the action over and over and over until our nervous system recognizes that as familiar. It's not complicated. Let's not make it complicated. Start where you're being asked to start. Even, let's say you asked that question and something came to mind and you're like, this is ridiculous. What's that got to do with anything, right? Don't judge it. You are speaking with the intuition of your body. Our bodies know way before all the other aspects. Our mind, our hearts, even has an idea of what's going on. Our bodies always know first. So listen to the wisdom of your body. Trust it. Follow it. Do the action. And then come back time and time asking the question, receiving and communicating with your body. It is quite a gift that you receive at the end when you do this. So don't just remember, repetition is gold when it comes to the nervous system. So whatever that is, I hope you are inspired to take that step. One step at a time. One step at a time. Before you know it, you will be the main character of your dream life, experiencing it in fullness. And you're going to look back and ask, how? I've done everything in the past, nothing worked. How? How did it seem to have manifested so magically? It's because you did the work. You took care of your nervous system. You brought your nervous system on board. You took it out of that regular pattern or wheel or the program that was running unconsciously. You took it out of that cycle, and you began to rewire it to sync with what your soul already knows about you and your life. So take a deep breath in, pull in all that experience here, all that you've done, connecting with your nervous system, listening to your nervous system, bringing it into the here and now with your breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Come back to this over and over. Experience your nervous system. If you notice, this is about you being present with yourself. It's not about someone coming to you and telling you about your nervous system. You know your nervous system. I mean, it's right there with you. It's right here. Get to know your nervous system. To know your nervous system is to understand your physicality. Is how you understand the manifestation of your heaven on earth, which is what we all want to experience, right? All right, my loves, take your time with this one. And, I was thinking about it, the last series was like a series of activation. Actually, the last 3 series were activations. I'm curious, after you're done with the nervous system activities and checking in with your nervous system, taking the steps, going back and doing an activation and seeing what happens. What happens within your body, within your life, because you're creating that foundation. You're tilling your land, you're fertilizing your land, you're preparing your land. And the more of this work you do, the more you have that capacity to not only receive that which you desire, but also hold it and sustain it. It will be the kind of success that doesn't die out. The type of, like you're making a certain income and there's no ceiling, because you have the capacity to keep growing. Once you unlock the secrets, once you unlock the mysteries of your nervous system, there's no sky limit. Nothing can be in your way. Know thyself. There's a reason why that is like one of the key pillars in my business. Know thyself. And I wasn't talking about just the mind, or the heart, or the spirit, but the body too. We need the body to manifest our dreams, our visions into form. There are my ideas. I feel like there's so much, but it can feel overwhelming, especially if you are doing this work. Remember, it is a journey. Take it one step at a time. Come back, catch certain episodes that you feel called to listen to again, right? Repetition is the key. And just keep taking the steps. It will reward you. All right. So Saturday is the Goddess Clinics. For those of you who don't know, this is an offering that I created this year to support people. There's no fee to it. It's just showing up to receive. come practice your receiving, right? And so you just come in as you are, open to receive. That's all that is required. Open your heart, open your being to receive the blessings, receive the light language, receive the healing, receive the clearing. Whatever it is that you need, you'll walk away with. So this is happening this Saturday, June 13th at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I hope to see you there. And as always, if this episode resonated with you, please send me a message. Let me know what part of it resonated with you. Last episode, I really enjoyed like the comments I received on there. It was delightful. So keep sending me messages. And of course, share, comment, like. The more you connect with each episode, the further it will reach. Okay. And that's how you support me as well. All right, my dears, until next time, let's continue to listen to our nervous system from my heart to yours.